Okay. What is up, guys? Um, yeah, I'm sorry. I was watching like something really funny. If you guys know Mudahar, I was just watching some stupid shit from him. But yeah, we'll just do some chess today. We're gonna start off with, on my way here, I was thinking of kind of changing a little bit things up, kind of spice it up. You know what? It actually wouldn't be such a bad idea to do a bench press, more like a free weight. I haven't done it in a while, so maybe it might affect the pec as something I haven't been used to because I've been doing a lot more machines lately. So yeah, we'll likely do the bench press and we'll do inclines. Yeah, incline Smith machines. I'm just taking things and taking things out right now. So I didn't come here kind of pre-planned, exactly knowing what to do. I'm kind of just looking around the gym and seeing from there. But so far that'd be two exercises because usually I would do the first machine, then it would go to the inclines, but with I don't even know what those are called, but let's just call them an incline machine. And I would move to a isolation, which would be cable crossovers. I won't replace the cables. The cable seems fine to me. Yeah, we don't need to replace that. Those are still a great exercise to create pinpoints to squeeze in the pec, kind of in and out. And for the next question is whether machine flies or dumbbell flies. I mean, I think machine flies are good. Because as the last for the last exercise, I always like to bring up an exercise that kind of brings all the blood in after breaking it over and over from the past few exercises. So I think flies could do that good. Because if we do dumbbells, sometimes dumbbells I have to do a lot of reps. That'd be more of a thing if I'm cutting. But yeah, I think so. Really, we would do bench press. We'll do the Smith inclines. Then we'll do cable crossovers, and we'll move on to machine flies. Each of those would be about 3 sets. Let's get to it. More to discuss. Put the creatine in here. I gotta wash this bottle. I'm a bit embarrassed to say, but I haven't washed this bottle in a few days. I mean, I can't. I have like two bottles, and I have this one, and I have a blue one. I don't know where the blue one is. I usually put it in this cabinet in my kitchen. I can't find it. My sister must have it, but yeah, I've I haven't cleaned this in a few days, and this. Well, it's not like I haven't used it. I used this yesterday, but it still has water from yesterday. I really see how it feels because it's been a long time since I've done it here. Yeah, let's put singles. It's not bad, but my biggest complaint, because I already know what this is like, if I up the weight, I know myself too well. Jesus, I couldn't even. The hell is that? I know myself too well that if I increase it, I'm not going to get to the reps I want, and I'm going to likely fail. Not that I'm scared of that part, but it's just going to be tedious. Yeah, I'll go into machine. That's why I switched to, but I just wanted to see how that was feel. It's not bad, but I think we can do this better over there. I'm not sure if I'll count what we did in the bench press. This will be the second set here. We have one more. I'll keep the same weight though, because that launch is going to be very annoying. Some ideas are brewing in my mind, but we'll get to that when we post. All right, we're doing this again. Last time, someone is using the Smith machine. Yeah, people would do glutes there, but whatever. My delts are being more in play. I don't like that. That actually never happens. It happened last time, and it's happening now. I'm not sure why. I'm gonna try to focus more on the form then, because I am arching. At least I think I am. I try to think on that more when I'm doing that. Let's... Okay, looking at the drops today. Three. All right. But yeah, much better. This chess is so psychological to me. That's why, I was wearing the pump cover, but mostly, I don't know, when I do chess, I have to kind of, I don't know, it's very psychological. I have to get out. When I just see the muscle kind of a bit more pronounced, then my head gets screwed on a bit straight. All right. Not so sure about the handles though, but I'll just work with this. And if it's not, then we'll just change it.
A lot of reps, but handles are okay. Yeah, they don't interfere. We can stick with these. Let's get some Arnold vibes. It's the tension. The more the tension, the bigger the pump. Let's move on to flies. Not so bad so far. That's good. Oh man. Do not underestimate the tension. I feel like, in my opinion, if you underestimate it, you're not going to get such a really big chest. The weight doesn't matter by that point. That's that's actually the reason why my chest grew in the first few months and starting lifting, because I kind of still think the same way, but you look at information and it changes your mind and you come back and forth. Well, what is definitively true for me is lifting, let's say, the least amount of weight, pretending like if it's 1,000 pounds with all of the amount of stress you can do in the movement. If you do that, in my opinion, that's better. Let's wipe this down and close. Actually, let's do that again. My left is always the thing that kind of like behind. I'm gonna take advantage and really hit all these poses. Yeah. All right. Okay, so this was a good chest day. Yeah. Then what we've recently done, and I'm pretty sure I know why. It was the last two exercises. The cable flies and the normal flies. When it comes to isolation for me for chest, I had to add
frequency into the whole variable. That's how I get more blood into the muscle, and bigger squeezes. That's why my chest look bigger than usual, in the usual sense of the recently. Even though my chest has always been like that when I've been just doing frequency on everything, but I plateaued when it came to the compound a bit. For the first two exercises we did, the first one was the machine press. That one for me, I don't know. Right now, it's always been kind of a hit or miss because when I used to do the pressing movement on the red one over there, I used to get a pretty good pump already by the first exercise. That wasn't. It was a struggle to get that pump, even doing that, and it was the same way with the inclines. Yeah. In fact, I would say even more that so far, recently, when I've been doing that incline on that machine over there with the two plates on the side, I've actually felt more my delts being played, which is not good. Compared to doing it in the Smith, where I don't feel it as much. So I think, well, I'm going to try my best to get to the Smith machine as quick as possible, because I noticed that that's the best incline movement I can really do for my body so far. I've tried many different movements, and really what we did today has been not the pinnacle, but really the one in general the best exercises I can do for the chest. Because I got so far a pretty good result for all the workouts. I know if I could have, let's say, done a bit better for the first two, my chest would be a bit bigger right now. Yeah, absolutely. The cool thing that I did like was that in posing, I saw that, well, I'm a bit more filled up right now, especially since I just ate. But even so, my chest was big enough to compensate for that stomach. And I think that's perfect for a bulk. When you're in a bulk, in my opinion, whether you're bulking or cutting, but especially when you're bulking, you should still have symmetry. In other terms, vascularity. That's in my goal. Whether I'm bulking, I have to have vascularity because I know that I'm on the right track doing that stuff. And that in total overall, you're not gonna get the full benefits when you cut, because really the main thing in cutting is reducing fat, and so that it's just displaying what you've done over so far for the bulk. So you might as well put on all that work and effort to apply definition, to do a bit more muscle mass and shapeness in the bulk already. That by the time when you cut, one, you don't have much of a chance to injure yourself, because one way or the other, it's a fact. When you're cutting, you don't have the same amount of energy as you're bulking. So you do have to be a bit more careful. And obviously, if you're natural and you're not on gear, well, you have to be even more careful because you don't have as much energy. And it's very easy to fuck yourself up in doing something that just is so normal. Because, if you train hard every single day, it becomes a normal thing for you. And if this is a lifestyle, well, your lifestyle is normal for that. But sometimes the body has its limits, and as bodybuilders, as athletes, we always try to overpass that mental limit that we have in ourselves when we work out. So that's why I think, in my opinion, when it comes to the definition and shapeness and mass, that should already be one of the key things already when you're bulking. That's why I'm more for vascularity for bulking. Maybe it's not much of an issue if you're taking PEDs, right? If you're on that DECA, if you're on that Winstrol, then that's no problem because you get to recover a bit more effectively, and you don't have to worry with that matter to be injured. But that's a whole different topic. Yeah, but not bad. Either way, what I just said for the first two, if I just get that better, and even for that last two, if I get that better too, the entire 5 exercise for chest would be A+. Yeah, it would be great. It would be pretty much an A+. I'd rank this session more like a B minus. Yeah, B minus. Not an A. Not an A. But not bad. Today is the 7th. Thanksgiving, I think, is on the 25th, right? So we got 18 more days. We got 2.5 weeks of this bulk, and we'll just basically, it's like, I feel like this is a card game. Like you kind of try to get the best cards as much as possible. And when your time's already up, like that's just the cards you have. That's kind of my mentality right now when we end the bulk in 2 weeks. Like I'm gonna just try to bulk up as much as possible right now. Try to gain as much weight in these 2 weeks, and yeah, we'll start into a completely new phase in this whole lifting year of cutting. I've never cut before, so that's gonna be an interesting journey. Yeah, but definitely, bulking did help me create a lot more awareness of myself when it comes to eating, of being a bit more self-conscious of the way how I am when it comes to meals. I am without a doubt gonna meal prep. Yeah, no question about it. I just get so distracted like easily when I work. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna eat that in 10 minutes, and like 2 hours pass by. Because time just goes by flying for me. So I get caught up at work, and that's not good. I need to constantly be eating. It's better for me to meal plan, get that shit ready, not even worried about it. Go to the kitchen, put that in the microwave, and just eat it. Yeah, because I just do not have time. I don't. Now you could be thinking, why didn't I do that from the start? Because I was too lazy. Like, I'm not gonna be a hypocrite. I was so lazy to do that stuff because I found it to be very tedious to do the meals in one day, take a few hours, and then put it back. And I thought that was way too annoying. But the facts are, bulking up and increasing this weight for the past 4 months has been a pain in the ass. It has been a gigantic pain in my ass. So the next time I bulk, I'm going to be way more intelligent because I understand my body more and I understand my mentality when it comes to eating. And I'm just going to not even bother, because if you think about it too, you're always going to try to find the easiest ways to eat, especially when it comes to eating for physique goals. Like if you're doing bodybuilding, I mean, you're going to just be a lot more complacent. So it's better that if I'm starving and I don't, like, my brain's not in the moment, my brain's already thinking of something else, I just go to the kitchen and it's already there. Put it in the microwave, put that shit in my mouth, and just go on with with my day. Yeah. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed. That's enough ranting for today. And yeah, train hard. See you next time.